Hello and welcome to our Monday market updates. It is 12:26 p.m. March 13, and in today's update, it's going to be packed. So let's begin. Um, First, I want to say that it's been a crazy week. Hopefully, hindi masyadong crazy yung naging week niyo sa crypto markets. Well, it's always crazy, but that's to be expected, right? And okay, so I'm just gonna share as well some of the personal stuff that I've been going through, which I promise you're gonna get something out of it as well. We've been talking about the markets, how it has been on a sideways trend, right? Like ito yung range natin. And then we've been also identifying ano yung mga potential natin ng mga ano yan, support and resistances, saan natin siya pwedeng pulutin, ganun. And I already had this kind of like preparation in my mind na okay, babagsak pa tayo, one more dip. And I feel like this is the one more dip already. So mukhang patapos na to. And there's also other scenarios naman kasi we're still again on a sideways trend. We're still not out of the woods, but buti na lang meron na tayong low na nag-register dito, a new low. Hopefully that's it, but syempre meron pa tayong isang tinitingnan, which is this one. Let me just go into this one. Ayan. So ito yung tinitingnan ko na 18K, guys. Hopefully hindi na tayo dumating dito. Hopefully this is already the low. And so what I wanted to share was what has been happening, like what was my mindset during this time, during these days. And I remember we had that Thursday crypto markets area or an crypto night with Raf. And then we were saying, you know what, like we're gonna be on a sideways, we're gonna be seeing a dip, and you know, finally if the next day nagkaroon nga ng dip at nagsimula na siyang bumagsak. And so one of the reasons why, you know, this happened was ano ba to? Silicon Valley Bank. So ito po siya. I think umabot na ng mga 40, I'm not sure. I saw this in TradingView. It was trading at 40, but hindi na siya nagte-trade since what, Friday? Ano ba to? Thursday? So yeah, this has been heavily related to the crypto markets. Also, syempre, the, you know, traditional markets. But why is this important? Meron silang, I think, mga 3 billion or I don't know how many shares they have or like USD stable coins that they have. But that was the story of the week. Syempre, if they're gonna be dumping those tokens on the open market, tapos with the news that, you know, like they can't, nang laki na ng lugi nila and they have to, I don't know if they want to liquidate assets or what, but USDC is a big part of their treasury. And if ililiquidate nila lahat yun sa market, most likely babagsak yung crypto markets. Like a lot of things are going to be affected, right? So people are saying, you know, invest into this stable coin, that stable coin. But what I've learned in the crypto markets or in any market in general is that there's always risk. And we have to accept that risk since we're here in this market. So ano ba yung USDT, USDC? Yeah, I'm not going to go into the details of this one. Teka, USDC, USD na lang. Ito. So, ito yung nangyari kay USDC, USDT. Kung sa Binance, you know, bumagsak siya ng mga 30. There was this crazy story that I saw of a trader who was able to capitalize on this panic. Kasi people were like just doing maximum FUD. Saying, wala, babagsak na yan. Sell your USDC and just swap it for Bitcoin. And all that stuff, you know. Ayun, so some traders nakita ko parang basta may article about it was able to buy USDC below 0.1 cents and then, you know, like nung nag-stabilize siya mga 80, they swapped it for a few $1 million. And that's crazy, you know, and that's reality. The markets will always be crazy, guys, and the things that I've learned here is that you just gotta be prepared for any scenario and don't make decisions when you're emotionally heightened. Kasi usually that's when you make a lot of costly mistakes. So yun, guys, that's it. Hindi lang yan dito. If you would be able to see yung other charts ni USDC, USDT, ano yan, USDC paired to another stable coin, talagang malala, guys. But and during that time, I was also exposed. Meron kaming mga stables, although not really much into USDC. I'm into the USDT pair or stable and BUSD. Tapos, meron din naman ako sa USDC paired into my liquidity mining. We're gonna get into that later. Pero yun nga, parang sabi nung sabi ng mga kaibigan ko dun sa BCF on the blue chip fund in ZFT. Kasi we're managing funds, and one of the teammates that I had was saying, bakit parang like sanay na ako, or like but parang manhid na ako. And that's what the market does to you. If you are able to experience all these losses in crypto, like imagine if your $100 just became $0 or $1, right? So yeah, that's kind of like what the crypto market is doing to you. And I feel like that's also a good thing. I mean, it's not a good thing per se, right? Like if it happens to you, it's terrible. But what I'm saying here is that it's better to have you experience these things now when things are hard, so that you'd be able to be grounded. Like, naiintindihan mo kung ano yung pinasok mo. Kaysa, for example, people who got into the markets and then kumita lang, and they haven't really experienced major losses. They wouldn't know the reality of the markets. Usually, pag bull market kasi, lahat kumikita, and then they would just put in money, and unto the point na parang hindi na sila, they don't respect risk. And so I heard a lot of people nangutang na sila because they got this new investment, and then, pagka dumating yung bear market, wala na. Like, they lost all their money. And that's such a shame, kasi it's a common story that happens. And that's human nature. That's part of being human. We all make mistakes, and that's how it is. So guys, if you're here in the markets, if you're listening while you're in this current condition of the market where everything is uncertain, and you understand that there's uncertainty, but at the same time you understand that there's opportunity as well, then good for you. Good for you that you're still grinding, still finding your edge, still developing who you are. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so personally, I want to share about what has happened like here. Because you guys already know that I'm very vocal about my faith, right? And one of the things that I've been trying to develop and being intentional about is, in the morning when I wake up, I want to make sure that I give my first hour or my first fruits, like that first fruit principle. Now, okay, I want to give this hour to God and make sure that I honor God, because God provides. God is our king, right? And so if you live in a kingdom, you need to be paying what is due to your king. And so because this is my personal how do I say this, like, belief, this is the way that I choose to live. I've been struggling because this is not something na nakasanayan ko. So in my previous seasons kasi, when I wake up, it's kind of like I just look into the markets and look into my positions. Kung sa PSE, walang problema kasi 9:30. Before 9:30, okay lang, basta magising ako, and then goods na, right? Like, meron pa akong time to prepare. In the evening, before that, I would already have my trading plan and everything set, so that in the morning, pag nagising ako ng late, mga 9:20 or 9 or 8, then hindi ko na kailangan maghabol, di ba? Because I already have that time. But in crypto, it's different because 24/7 yung market eh. And syempre, kakatihin ka na parang, uy, ano nangyari sa investments ko, ganyan, right? And so I'm trying to develop this, so in line with that, I'm trying to shift my mind wherein, okay, what is important to me? I know investments, I know money is important, but I need to make sure that I honor God before money, before anything else, because that's how it's supposed to be. That's how kingdom culture works. Honor God first, and then everything else will follow. And I'm telling you guys, it's a struggle, because this is not something that, like, my flesh is like saying, hey, you know what? Like, basically, it's very counterculture. But yeah, that's the way I choose to live. It's hard. It's a challenge. And one thing that I've been learning is, okay, God has been transitioning me into becoming, a trader, from being a trader to becoming an investor. And so dito yung naging journey ko of like, okay, what am I to do? Because I know how to trade. But lately I feel like just because I've been immersing myself into the world of investing, it's messing up a little bit. Not really messing up a little bit. It's big time nag-shift yung mindset ko that it's affecting my trade. So I was looking at my P&L in my trading, and it's sobrang malala. Like, I've I've seen losses, right? But like when I saw my ledger, I was like, okay, teka, parang hindi na to tama. Parang nakiki-contest na rin to sa mga investment losses ko. And so I said, okay, this is a wake-up call. Um, and this is the reason as well kung bakit parang, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I didn't have any peace. So that's one thing that I noticed eh. Parang, I woke up in the morning, I didn't have no peace. I didn't have peace pala. And dali-dali akong tumingin sa phone ko. And I was like, is this really the life that I want to have in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What if I have a family and then I wake up, tapos yun yung unahin ko, right? And I feel like, oh, this is not really it's not worth it. Like I was visualizing myself from, my season before, na parang pagbukas mo, na pagising mo, like, you just want to look into your money and then afterwards, ano bang nangyari? Kumita ba ako? Hindi. And I say, like, and I realize, like, I'm not getting any younger, right? And in the future, I feel like if I'm going to go down this path, my family is going to suffer. My future wife and kids probably going to suffer because I won't have time for them. Because I've been allocating myself or devoting myself into this craft, which is not wrong, by the way. I'm just saying, if you prioritize the wrong things, your wives are going to suffer. And why are we doing this in the first place, right? We're getting into trading so that we will have more time for the things that matter in this life. Family, relationships, passions, purpose, right? And so, yeah, at that point, nung nagising ako, sabi ko, hindi na to tama. Like, the reason why I got into investing is so that I would have these things in the future. And what are the things that I can do so that hindi ito like mangyari? So what I did was like, okay, I'm gonna withdraw all the things that I have in my trading accounts for now. For now lang naman, that included all the futures, and then just really put it into long-term investments. As in yung mga spot trading ko, nilipat ko na rin, nilagay ko siya sa mga locked investments, and then liquidity mining. Okay, so how are you gonna get something out of this? Paano ka makakakuha ng like lesson or value from yung kwento ko? Because I understand that a lot of people here, when it comes to trading, when it comes to like, if you're an active participant, you're an active trader, unless you're a scalper, ibang usapan yun kasi syempre you have your own discipline. You get into the markets thinking that, oh, I need to spend a lot of time here so that I would make more money. But it's not like that. I feel like it is very inefficient to say na if you spend more time on this, like if you trade more, you can make more. It might be true if you already have an edge on the things that you're doing. But if you don't have yet, working smart or trading smart is better. Kasi you can just be trading, pero wala ka namang direction. But intentional trading with an edge, now that makes the difference. In my case, I have already developed or identified na hindi talaga ako pang scalping. Like, if you let me scalp, I might win some, I might lose some, pero by the end of the day, mas malaking magiging lugi ko. But if you let me become a trend follower or a swing trader, mas kikita ka. Or mas kikita ako. Magbe-benefit ako in the long term. And right now, the market in general is in a sideways trend, which is like, it's one of the worst times for me to be, in the market because I'm a trend follower. That is my identity. And so I'm reminding you guys, like, what is your identity? Are you a swing trader? Are you a scalper? Are you a momentum trader? If you're a momentum trader, go ahead. Like, this market could be a really good market for you, especially if you know how to long, how to short. If you're a long-only player, this is the wrong place to be at the moment. So it's better to just sit it out. So you're gonna ask me, okay, how do I make money in all of this, right? So yun din yung iniisip ko. How do I make money? How do I make time for this? And how do I make sure that I position myself in a way that I would be able to capitalize on what has been happening during these volatile times? So that's where liquidity mining gets in. I have been consulting some people. I mean, I'm a consultant to several investors. So they pay me so that I would be able to give them investment advice although guys, I'm not a financial or a certified financial advisor, but I always tell people like, okay, this is the strategy that I'm getting into, and if you want to, then ito yung magiging advice ko sa'yo. So it's always been like that to several people, especially the people that I'm close with. And so I've been telling people, okay, ano ba yung lifestyle na gusto mo? You're also wanting to become an investor. Okay, so here's the thing. If you want to be an investor, ganito yung magiging strategy natin, right? Don't just put your investment into 1 or 2 or 3 coins, right? You want to be diversified. You want to make sure that you manage your risks. And so don't just put it into single staking, put it into liquidity farming. And you know, in liquidity farming, I've always been explaining these things to you na ano ba? Like half of your investment you put it into a stable or let's say another crypto, but that's a different strategy. I'm not gonna go into the details of it, pero the thought is some of your investments are gonna go into, let's say, a stable coin like USDT or BUSD or USDC, and the other one is going to be in a crypto coin. And so pag umakyat itong crypto coin ng 50%, the whole investment is gonna go up by 25%. Unfortunately, 25% lang yung makukuha mo dun because half of it is into stables. But the good thing is, you know, if things go down, let's say bumagsak siya ng 50%, kalahati lang din yung malulugi mo. It's not like you're gonna lose all the 50% because you're fully invested into that one token or coin. Because you have USDC, ang ginagawa niya, binabalance out niya yung losses. So, instead na you get the 50% loss, it's only 25% loss. I'm not sure if, you know, like tama yung computation, especially for the maxis out there. But basically, that's the concept of liquidity farming or liquidity mining. And why is it good to get into these things? It's good because when you get into liquidity farming and there's so much volatility, especially when the market is crazy, you get commission or you get fees out of every transaction that's happening. So let's say, for example, bumagsak yung market, right? Tapos, in a few months, bumalik lang din siya sa dati. So your investment was just flat. But if you put it into liquidity mining, if nangyari yun, you'd be able to get fees from those transactions that has been happening from point A to point B. And ito yung, like, I'll show you guys para makita nyo kung ano yung itsura niya. Okay. Let's go here. Sige. So, for example lang RLB is one of the tokens that I'm investing in. So, ang dami kong nilagay dito. And then, flat lang siya. Like, nagsimula ako yatang nag-invest somewhere here. So, it's really parang if I put in $1,000, siguro nalugi pa ako ng konti. Konti lang. But because I put it into liquidity mining, I have it, like for example, if people trade RLB Sol or RLB USDC, then I get commissions out of it. So ito siya. So for example, ito si RLB Sol at saka RLB USDC. Si Sol, bumagsak din yan, di ba? Pero ngayon, ano nang itsura ni Sol? Medyo umakyat na, di ba? Yeah, umakyat na rin siya. Although hindi pa siya talagang completely where I invested in. I think dito ako bumili nung position, RLB Sol. But here you would be able to see na meron akong kinikitang pending yield. $100 here, $94 here. And again, like if you just put it into single token stake, right? Like for example, RLB USDC. 2.6 siya last week. Ngayon, 2.6 pa rin siya. Because what? Hindi gumalaw masyado yung price, di ba? Although, naging volatile naman siya, bumagsak siya, umakyat siya. But, in that sense, na nung nagtitrade siya during a sideways trend, kumikita ako dito ng yield. So, I get both, let's say, RLB and USDC because that's the assets that I put into in this pool. Ganon din siya sa Sol, ganon din siya dito sa ibang mga investments ko na to. So, during the time na nilagay ko itong mga investments na to dito, I'm already collecting $452. So, I feel like, except for GP kasi, I feel like, mga 2 weeks na to na investment. But, you know, like, ito din, si Jelly, mga 2 weeks na rin to. But RLB Sol, ito yung mga 1 week pa lang, or hindi pa nagto 2 weeks. Yan yung mga, like, kumikita ako ng yield just for having it there. And then kung umakyat man ito, let's say for example, umakyat si RLB, umakyat din si Sol, then, aakyat yung investment ko. Ganun din for example, for RLB USDC. Although, ang nangyayari dito is that, pag umakyat si RLB, syempre, mababawasan yung RLB tokens ko kasi it's gonna be selling USDC for that. So, it matters what kind of range you're gonna put into. So, this is a little bit advanced and I'm not gonna get into this. Kasi guys, may mga risks din dito sa concentrated liquidity pools. Mas malaki yung kita dito guys compared to the usual liquidity pool wherein it's just, full range. Mas maliit yung APR. So, if you go, for example, in Binance, let's go to liquidity farming. Let's say, I'm gonna put it into Sol USDC. Hold on. So, if I'm gonna put it into Sol USDC or USDT, ito lang yung magiging yield ko. Especially in Binance. 6.22. We have here 14.5. And magtataka kayo like, oh, bakit ganito lang kaliit yung yields? Bakit dun sa Orca mas malaki? Kasi if you go to, let's say, Orca or Camino, you'd be able to see 400% or 300%. But of course, that depends on the 24-hour volume. Guys, forgive me if this is being too technical. But I'm just giving you an idea. I'm not gonna go full details into it. Like, the only time that you're gonna hear me do this full technical course on liquidity mining, how you can make money in the current situation ng markets natin, then guys, just enroll to my classes in the crypto masterclass. Yeah, that's what people are paying me for as well. Aside from, let's say, for example, if you're gonna be like one of the people that I do consulting services on. But guys, the fact, or what I'm trying to tell here is that there are these products wherein you can use para ma-maximize mo yung ganitong klaseng ranging market, especially pagka, let's say, ang daming transactions na nangyayari during that market. So, merong time nga na, for example, itong mga malalaking, for example, mga malalaking volume na ganito. Isipin nyo, for example, if there's like a 1%, kasi, for example, RLB Sol, every transaction that's happening here, you get, let's say, a 1% fee. So, imagine if, let's say, there's a person who made $100 transaction. You get 1% of that. Imagine if there's $1 million worth of transaction. You get 1% of that. Kung ano man nilagay mo doon, makakuha mo 1% doon. So, up or down, you'd get fees. And ganun siya kalaki. This is what banks do. Diba? Ito yung liquidity mining nila when it comes to, let's say, US dollar to peso. I've been explaining this in a lot of videos before. Every time there's a transaction that's happening, they get a cut of it, 50 cents. So, hindi man siya, akala mo maliit lang yan every dollar, but they're transacting in millions every single day. So, how much, gaano kalaking kinikita nila. But it's so different here in crypto because the fees, yes, it's 1%, but it's just insane. And it's not like banks na Monday to Friday lang. It's really like 24/7, and you're dealing with the whole world. So imagine how much money is being poured out or how much money is just being generated by these products and services. And so, guys, if you want to get into it, I'm gonna put it into the links below naman. And you can check out the videos that I did in the past. Marami naman akong pinakita doon. You'd be able to see also the risks. And hindi ko na siya i-explain ng sobrang haba. But basically, ayun. Get yourself into liquidity mining or like diversify into it because sayang guys yung opportunity. Sayang yung opportunity. Andito na siya eh. And it's the kind of opportunity that you want during the sideways market. Pagka naging bull market, just go single token. Or be heavy in that, in that asset or in that asset class or in that product. So, ayun. Ayan guys, like, tingnan nyo dito. Sol USDC. Diba? That's 179. It's insane. Ano ba yung nabibigay nito ni Binance? Maliit lang, diba? But, then again guys, like, there's like, the risks included there, malaki din. If you get into these products and services. Hindi naman siya na walang risk talaga. So, again, why do I still put money here into Binance? Just because, like, for example, wala dun yung token na gusto ko. So, for example, I'm investing into Link. And then, wala dito sa mga mga pools like Orca or wala dito sa Camino, or like ayoko, tinatamad na akong pumunta sa kung asang mga protocol yan because ang haba-haba ng proseso, and wala, sobrang bias ko na kasi sa Solana because sobrang bilis kasi ng transaction, and then the fees are just so small. But I still, again, I go into Binance because this is one of the, parang sa akin, ano ba, safest, relatively safer na exchange, and it's also a gateway exchange for me. This is where I put money, going out. Itong exchange talaga yung ginagamit ko. If ito transfer ko siya, let's say for example to other exchanges like Gate, kasi wala dun yung token na gusto ko, then so be it. But ayun, for the exchanges that I use, again, it's Binance, it's Gate, KuCoin, MEXC, pero hindi masyado eh. I might try to explore other platforms. I'll see how it goes. Probably create other videos for that as well. Pero yun guys, get yourself into liquidity mining kasi sayang talaga yung pera. I mean, at least learn it first, alright? Learn it first, the ins and outs, because you don't want to be getting into something that you don't understand. Baka mamaya, like, kakabahan kayo because, oh, why? What's happening? Like, what's happening in the market? Ano namang gulo to? Ano namang nangyayari? Like, why? Right? And the reason why people fear, like, for example, crypto or some investments, or like, for example, what happened to Silicon Valley Bank. Again, I don't want to be ito, di ba? Like, ito yung naging catalyst kung bakit bumagsak yung market, pero, umakyat din naman yung market afterwards. So, like, just understand the fundamentals of why you're trading or investing into it, or why you're here in the first place. The more that you understand yourself, the more that you're grounded. Because we cannot control whatever it is that's happening outside in the world, right? What we can do is control ourselves. What we can do is control our understanding of things. So that when things happen in the outside world, we'd be able to respond correctly. So there's a difference between that, but I'm not gonna unpack that today. So yun guys, mukhang napahaba yung, introduction ba to or what? But yeah, let's get into the markets. Sobrang napahaba guys yung usapan natin. Parang dapat may co-host yata ako dito. But anyways, ito na yung mga levels natin for Bitcoin. Again, we're in a sideways market. We're not yet in a bull market. Only time that I'm gonna say we're in a bull market if this level breaks out 25 or 26 levels and that 33 levels or 32. So pag lumabas yan, yung nagtitrade na tayo dito sa mga levels na to, then I would say, hey, you know what guys? I told you so. Like, you should have been in the markets during this time na parang nagkakagulo. Because guys, when the markets is crazy, when the markets is uncertain, that's the time that you see winners. And that's the time that you develop, all the kinds of testing and perseverance, because you don't want to be tested pagka, let's say, everything's doing good. I mean, you rarely learn anything from that. But when the markets are tough, when the markets are just hostile, right? That's when you see clear winners. That's when you see that people are thriving, and that's a clear winner out there. If you see that sobrang harsh na environment, but this person or that company is doing well, yeah, that's the kind of investments that you want to get into. And the greatest investment is, again, yourself. Develop yourself, train harder, like you go to the gym, you experience pain, and why do you want pain, right? Because you want to grow your muscles, you want to grow your physical body, you want to train your body, and training is never easy. That's how it is, right? Okay. Teka, nasa straight naman ako. Okay, sige, balik tayo guys, balik tayo. George, focus. So, we have already said na we want that 100 MA to be tested, and finally, it's here, na-test na tayo. And then, sinabi din natin na parang, sige, para matapos na to, right? Like, sana bumagsak na. And finally, we got that. Definitely, we got that price action over here. And then, hindi ko rin in-expect, guys, na sobrang bilis ng bounce na yan. Pero, yeah, this was the time that I've been loading up. I was gonna post about it that, hey, guys, I'm gonna be buying this dip. And then, I'm gonna be buying it until this level, 18K. Or even if umabot siya ng 16, which I doubt it will happen. Although, anything is possible. I'm not saying, it's not gonna ever happen. What the market does, it does. What I just do is react. But I'm already prepared if the markets go and crash, let's say, at these levels. Wait, 18K. Ito pala yung level. Sorry, guys. Sinasama ko yung wicks, guys, ha. But this is the next support range from, let's say, from this level. Ayan. So, balance na. Ito na yung parang worst case scenario level ko. Again, I could be wrong. Pwede tayong bumalik ng 16K. But ito yung tinitingnan natin ng support. Usually, what happens here is that support will always be tested. So, either babalik ito dito yung presyo ng mga 19. So, humanda na kayo. Maghanda-handa na tayo. Or if it's not gonna go back here, it's probably gonna, let's say, retest this level over here. Lagay na natin dito yan. Yan. So, ito yung current support levels wherein, for me, this is a good time to reload and get into the markets again. But again, for example, if you're not an active trader, if you're an investor, guys, go into liquidity mining, because while these crazy things are happening, you want to capitalize on that. You don't want to be like, bumagsak na ba yung investment ko? At least if it's into liquidity mining, sige, bumagsak ka, magkakaroon ako ng mas maraming fees, masiyaman ako. Tapos pag bumalik yan, diba, I have more tokens. I have more BTC, I have more ETH, I have more whatever token that you're putting liquidity into. For example, ito yung sample niya, no? Ito, bago ko lang ni-rebalance to eh. Tapos, yan, $86 of, of commissions or fees that I'm collecting. So, again, if you get into this, make sure na you put into tokens that you believe in long term, na alam mong aakyat, hindi yung parang babagsak. Like, ayaw mo yun, di ba? Why are you gonna get into something na alam mong babagsak naman or basura? So, only invest into tokens that you understand. If you see me investing into certain tokens, know na pinag-aralan ko yun, na meron akong contingency plan in case may worst case scenario, because all of these things have risks. So, ayun. As for the Maya na investment ko, ito siya kanina nung sinilip ko nung 12 p.m. This is a 200,000 investment. Umabot siya ng 240,000, di ba? Like, sobrang laki ng kinita niya, pero nalugi, bumalik lang din. Pero na naging bato pa. Pero again, the reason why I'm doing this is just so that you would be able to see, to be able to understand, like, what are the risks, ano ba yung mga possible na movements nito. And my mindset here, again, coming into this is as an investor. And this is kind of like a thesis, right? A thesis. Na parang ipapakita ko, guys, ito yung risks pagka ganito yung mindset mo getting into the market. And again, lahat na ng budget ko, nilagay ko na dito. Like, supposed to be yung budget ko is until May. Because yun yung estimate ko na parang, okay, magbo-bull market na tayo. But here is just one parang example, what if you just put everything into these tokens? And Maya, they don't have single token staking services. Wala din silang, and ang laki ng fees nila, so I do not recommend Maya for crypto. Again, ang dami ko ng beses na explain to, but for the new ones that are listening to this, don't get into Maya for crypto. Just get into Binance because maliit yung fees nila. Learn about blockchain. Learn about how to transfer your funds. Navigate in the blockchain. If you don't have anyone to talk to you, to teach you about these things, marami naman sa internet. There's our community as well. There's our services as well, both free and paid. Just learn about these things, guys, because it's very important. I feel like, how we're going to be doing money in the future, 5 years, 10 years from now, it's so different. And you see all these big players in the finance sector getting into crypto as well. Even if they say, kung ano mga regulations nila, they're getting into this as well. So, why not us? Because if they're seeing an opportunity, we should double time and understand these things because, if they're adopting, we should as well. So, ayan guys. For copy trading naman for Trader Wagon, so finally, nag-close na yung pinasok natin na money kay, saan na ba yun? Saan na ba siya? Yan kay 10 billion trading. Actually, hindi ito eh. Kay Black Pig. I put around 500. Nawala na si Black Pig. Pat wala dito. Pero I put in $500 kay Black Pig. And then, ito yung pababa yung market. Kaso long only, lang siya, trader. Ito to guys. So, I put in $500 sa kanya. Tapos, unfortunately, because of the volatility, talagang bumagsak. As in, okay, wala nang natira dun sa nilagay ko. Parang nag-create na liquidity mga positions niya. Tapos, he just, like, nag-add lang siya. So, talagang, nalugi ako dun sa pag-copy ko sa kanya. It was so different when I copied him nung paakyat yung market, diba? Kasi, pag long-only market ka, walang problema talaga. But, syempre, pag bumagsak yung market as naka-leverage ka, dyan na pumapasok yung mga malalaking risks. Anyways, si Golden Trader, kinapi ko rin to siya, but then I closed as well. Sabi ko, hindi, I'm just gonna re-strategize kasi kung puro long-only traders yung ini-investan ko, wala, talo talaga ako dito. Like, in this kind of market, panalo yung mga scalpers, panalo yung mga swing traders. If you're a trend follower or you long-only player, wala ka talagang, you have no place in this market. So, nagiging bago yung strategy ko, guys. I still put money into this. Overall, kita pa rin naman tayo. 1.7 na lang yung kinita natin from, from 4,500 na kita overall to 1.7 na lang, guys. So, kita pa rin naman. So, what I'm doing, I'm really trying to re-strategize, finding a win-win, not just for me, but for you guys who are listening. I'm trying to onboard people from ZFT, from our community, and also, like, if there are good traders out there in the platform, I try to copy them and see, like, how it is, ano yung magiging resulta niyan, if kikita ba sila o hindi, and if not, like, it's so easy to just stop copying them and look for another. But ayun, guys, like, I'm really trying to look for traders who are good. I'm also trying to onboard people outside of our community, outside of ZFT, so that if magaling silang trader, magaling silang scalper, we can put it into this platform and then copy them. And then it's a win-win because they make money when they make money for us. There's a 10% commission, or there's a 10% profit split pagka kumita sila or kumita tayo sa kanila, right? Makikisakay tayo sa skills nila. So, works well like that. Especially if nagsisimula ka pa lang, wala ka pang capital, but you wanna get and then you have the skill. I would really recommend that you start with Trader Wagon. So I'm gonna put, the referral link as well here in case para makapag-save din kayo ng mga fees. So, paano yung strategy ko dito? When I see, for example, itong dalawang to, si Reindeer Fund and Alpha Fund. So, these two are from ZFT community. I copied them. Yung kinakopy sa nila is fixed ratio, guys. Nag-fixed ratio na ako. Sinubukan ko na ganito instead of isolated. So, kung ano man yung itsura ng portfolio nila, let's say, $500 portfolio, it's not like, for example, isolated na parang times 10 agad yung magiging leverage. Ito, kung I kind of like give 100% trust na, sige, here's the money that I'm gonna put, and then if you make 40%, I'm gonna make 40%. If you're gonna make 50 or 60 or 70%, I'm gonna make 70%. If you're gonna lose 50%, I'm gonna lose 50%. So that's the kind of risk that you're gonna be making if you're going to do fixed ratio. It's unlike isolated, right? Na parang pwede mo pang i-control yung risks. But again, may risks din doon. Paano kung, let's say, ang laki-laki ng portfolio niya, kaya nilang i-manage yung ganung klaseng risk, tayo, hindi tayo ganun, right? So, we would have to then add money para mabuhay lang yung mga positions na yun. If not, maliliquidate. So, yun guys, yung mga risks involved. Alright, so, my mindset on this is like, for example, I see, okay, Anthony, fixed ratio din siya, already lost 29%. Okay, this is not the kind of trader that I want to be copying because probably hindi to marunong mag-trade or, baka mamaya, like, hindi marunong mag-manage pala ng risk. Hindi marunong mag-trade. Baka mamaya hindi niya lang pala market. Right? Tapos, sinubukan niya and then, unfortunately, hindi naging okay yung risk management niya. So, pagka ganito, guys, na, umabot na ng ganito kalaking losses, stop copy na ako, guys. Like, ililipat ko na lang sa ibang tao yung pera para makita ko. And then, I just put $100 or the minimum para makita ko, is this person a scalper? Kasi gusto kong i-copy talaga, guys, is scalper. Not trend followers because this current market is not for trend followers. For position players siguro, pero like hindi ko alam kung sino ba yung magaling na position trader dito. It's gonna take time. Kasi nga, position trader, di ba? And then, ngayon, magulo yung market. So, ayun. I'm looking for scalpers because they know how to trade going up, going down. And that's the kind of people that I want to be copying at the moment. So ito si Easy Money Sniper, I don't know, like, okay ba to? 12% pa naman yung lugi niya, so okay lang. Actually, mga 15 na pala. So ayan, ito medyo okay. Yeah, but so far si Reindeer Fund yung nagiging okay, at saka si Alpha Fund. I copied them. Si Alpha Fund hindi masyado malakas mag-trade, which is okay. It's better to be safe than, forced trades. Ito si Reindeer Fund, ang lakas mag-trade, 167. Actually, sila malakas mag-trade pero low risk lang talaga si Alpha Fund mag-trade compared to Reindeer. So, planning to add more here siguro in the coming days. Isipin ko kung ilalagay ko na dito ngayon Pero hindi, gusto ko muna bigyan siya ng more time kasi hindi pa to nag 1 month After a month, pag nakita ko na okay, survive guys, especially during the times na magulo yung market, like that's a check. That's a yes for me. So ayun. Ayan guys, so that's for Trader Wagon. Ano pa ba? Yeah, Binance Earn. What else? I think Camino. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain Camino. But yeah, next time na lang. Like, yung mga alpha na alam ko, like, I wanna explain it to you guys, but mauubusan tayo ng oras. It's already 40 minutes of explaining. Oh my gosh, meron pa akong meeting, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna end this na lang by this. Meron pa akong meeting by 1 p.m. Forgive me for being late. Sobrang napasarap yung kwento ko. But anyways, the NFTs that I pouring my my money into the past few weeks. Yeah, I bought into Jikan, Fat Cat Capital, and Cats on Crack. So if you're gonna get into these NFTs, do research before you buy. But that's the NFTs that I've been looking into, and also Solstead's real estate. So yun lang guys. Hopefully marami kayong natutunan in this episode. I'll try to create different videos as well so that we can tackle more topics. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and see you guys on the next Monday market updates.